I'm currently at my favorite place in New York City, which is all the way on the west side. I'm gonna just bring the camera this way. So I'm on 23rd and 12th Avenue, and this is me continuing my chronicles of leaving New York City, my thoughts. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I love astrology and all that kind of stuff. And I had a friend that put me on to human design. And one of the things that stood out to me was that there is like an area in your chart where you have like, I guess you're the most you. And my area is called, my environment basically is called shores. So it's the meeting of two places, land and sea. And I am always missing being by water. I wish I was by water more often. And so now that it's like 70 degrees in New York City, I was like, this is the perfect day. I went to a pop-up for Rare Beauty, and they gave us these tiny, thankful but tiny sample. This blush is literally like, I tried to put some here, you don't even see it. Anyways, I always have lip liner. I went to a pop-up for Way recently, and Clarence had sent me some lip balm, Soda Cocoa Kind. Last week I went to what was this? Summer Fridays for their new fragrance. I also got a mascara, and I decided to declutter this old ass. I couldn't even tell you the color. It's crusty and dusty. So yeah, I brought obviously my goodies to retouch up. I also did my sunscreen. It's like one of my holy grail sunscreens, and my journal, which is very important. I also got a new pen. I don't know where I got this pen, but it is really, really fucking nice. Having a nice pen to journal is literally the most important part of the journaling experience. So pretty much when it's warm outside, it's nice outside, I like to sit by the water. I have my sunglasses here. I should have these on because the sun is crazy. And just be with nature, be with myself, journal. I know yesterday felt like a lot. I really want a dog. Every time I see a dog, I'm like, it's gonna be me someday. I'm gonna be a dog mom. Sooner than later. Probably when I go to my new city and get myself established. But the reason that I wanted to journal is because it's been a while. I think it's been March 19th, and tomorrow's April 1st. So yeah, I'm gonna sit down, everybody's favorite girl, get centered with myself. I've been meditating since I left the house, keeping myself calm. I had a little bit of lunch. I had my 30 grams of protein this morning. I feel really good, and I had a brown sugar espresso, shaken espresso, that I want to learn how to make myself. But some of the things I do want to talk about is, one, I need to I've been talking to my therapist. I've talked to my mom about it. I've obviously talked to you guys about it, even though it's not posted, but I need to talk to my journal about it and get centered. And coming to my environment, aka the shores, does really relax me because I love nature. I love the sun. I love this city so much, and this feels like, in order for me to say goodbye to New York, I guess for me, I have to recognize what does that look like? And I can't just say goodbye to New York from my apartment. I have to say goodbye to New York from the places that make me feel whole, help me feel centered and seen and grounded, and rooted in myself. And this is one of those places. You see the duck, the goose, I don't know, out in the water. It's literally the beginning of spring, so there's literally no leaves on the trees, but by the time that I leave, there will be more flowers. I see some daffodils growing. This little amusement situation that's going on back there will be open, and I have been just reflecting and selling a lot of stuff, and I feel really good. I think yesterday just was like crazy. The plumber happened to finally come after I called the super and was like, hey, when is that guy coming? 20 minutes later he came, so clearly he forgot about me. And clearly I need to go. But other than that, I remember my mom called me later on and I was just like, if I ever needed a sign, because I was having these doubts again, I'm like, maybe it's not the right time, but like, truthfully, and it's something I'm going to journal about, but I will talk about here. New York has given me everything, and I have given everything to New York. And the reason I say that is because I have left and come back 3 times and have made it, even through the trials and tribulations and the grief and the loss. I did have joyful moments, happy moments, a lot of blessings, a lot of accomplishments. Like my first apartment by myself as an adult, like legally an adult, was in the Bronx. You know, like I had my own 1 bedroom, I paid my own bills, my own taxes, you know, covered myself, took care of myself. Even when I was in the trenches, but I was still holding it the fuck down. Left New York, and 9 seems to be the number, because we lived in New York all the way until I got to high school, and then I left to Florida and came back 9 years again. Then I wanted to go to college, came back 4 years after college, graduated, and then been here 9 years. And next year will be 10 years since I graduated college. And that 10-year mark, I think, is what's really gotten to me. I don't know if I mentioned this in the first video, just because I'm giving this like really raw, no edits. I feel like it's better that way because I chat a lot, and maybe you guys will just enjoy it. But the 10 years that I have graduated, and then like reflecting on that, is like there was a new person emerging, and that person that was emerging 100% helped me trust myself, to know that like this is an important chapter that has to close, because you've done everything that you need to do. You needed to grow up mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. You needed to grow the fuck up. And like there's still areas of my life that I'm still coming into my own as a woman, but like as an adult, I feel like I had to like truly grow up. In New York City, like there's this quote, I'll put it right here, like it just, I saw it on a Reddit thread, and I took a screenshot simply because it sat with me heavy, that I felt it so deeply that like New York really truly will spit you out. But like while it's chewing you up and spitting you out, it's like training your character, training who you're supposed to be. Like I've made it multiple times by myself. I got kicked out of so many apartments. I had so many different roommates, and by myself, and parties and all that kind of stuff that I told you guys in my first video, that I kind of feel like in New York I was just existing. And when I say, did I give or did New York give me everything, did I give New York everything? And I feel like, yeah, like how I do feel like there's a ceiling in New York, and I'm over that. I'm ready for the next chapter. I also feel like I'm in a cult being in New York. Like I love being from New York. And all the times that I left New York and came back and I went to college and stuff like that, I never changed my license. I never changed my ID. I always kept it nearby, like, oh, I'm gonna need it someday. My number has been the same for like, I can't even, like probably half my life at this point. And like New York City is just like a part of who I am to my core. But facts. This isn't forever. Also, you know what? I know I don't like talking. I haven't talked about like romantic relationships in a long time on social media, just because I just feel like that shit is so boring and there's so much content for that. But for a couple years ago, I remember I had told an old friend that like I just don't think that my partner, my other half, is in New York. He's either somewhere in the world. I didn't put myself in different environments to grow and to expand so that they find me while I'm enjoying my life, looking cute, bossed up, doing all the things that I imagine, fulfilling my notes app. Other than food shopping, and keeping my video ideas in there. It's like I have so many ideas of things that I want to do in my life, and I feel very stagnant in New York. And so that is what this journaling moment is like just to spend as much time. My body knows when it's done writing, when it's done absorbing the energy of this calm, serene. And then another thing is like, I don't live in an apartment that's calm and serene. Like, I have been struggling to sleep for a while because there's just so much noise living on the first floor. And then on top of that, I told you guys many times, there are 2 rats having sex or something in my walls, and they're made of concrete. So I'm like, I don't want to find out. I don't want to know. I don't even want to try to like figure that out in my mind. So when I'm done here, I have been thinking about what I'm gonna have for dinner, because that's like the most annoying part of being an adult, is thinking about what you're gonna have for dinner. And then I want to sell as much furniture as I possibly can. And I've been thinking, like, is this about money? It's more like I want to go with as little as possible, but mostly as light as possible when I go to my next city. Why? Because I'm restructuring my life. I'm rebranding my life. I'm rebranding me and carrying things that don't have any sentimental value to me, that don't have spark any joy, that don't make me feel like fulfilled as a person. They just don't need to come with me. And I've been selling a lot of clothing like on Depop, making good money from that. And like, I realize it's not even about the money. It's just like, I feel like I'm purifying myself, I'm purging, I'm releasing, and I'm learning to let go, which has always been rather difficult for me because I hold on so tightly to things, and holding tightly to things or to everything is like, when they open that casket, it's not going to be you and your things. It's going to just be me, whatever outfit my husband puts me in. Not to be drab, but those kind of things cross my mind at this time in my life. But yeah, I'm looking forward to journaling, getting my thoughts, getting my feelings out. And I try not to wait till I go to therapy to be like, this is how I feel. But it was really nice that when I told my therapist, she's like, if you gotta move to another city to find what you're looking for, rather than what you want to find you, then I support that. And not that I needed it, because as I said, I do not need anybody's support, validation, or approval for what I do in my life. I'm young. I always say this, I'm like, no, I look back and wonder if I could have done something different. Like, I'd rather do it now than to ever wonder what my life could have been like. Like, starting over, embracing change, embracing expansion and newness is a gift, and I only have right now. So I'm going to, if I see a dog, I'm like, lose my mind. But me and my new pen will be journaling and I'll see you guys in the next episode.